can hear me, please? All right, Ed, I'll get to your question in a second. Let me get started. Welcome everybody to the WASDE trading room, 10-minute trades. Also want to welcome our YouTube folks. If you're watching us, give us a like and subscribe to the channel so you're aware of when we're going to be here. Hit the notification bell. My name is Lee Goldstein. I'm the trading director for 10-minute trades. Please remember that all trades are for educational purposes. It is possible to lose money trading futures, so trade carefully. No, David, I really want you to get it off the website. I can't send them individually. Please. It'll be on the website maybe later today. Definitely tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know why you're not getting the emails. Honest. I honestly don't know. You're on all the lists, and I don't have any control over it. That's the problem. I have no control over emails. All I can do is send them. No. I'm getting mine now. Mike, the PPI, I traded Canada, Mike. And in retrospect, Canada was a winner. The Canada jobs report, if it trades by itself, we got to trade it. No reason not to. I have a great setup for it. The PPI, the news didn't come out till 8:56, Mike, 8:56. Yet, if you took the trade, it worked. Don't ask me why. It was an insane trend trade that just by fluke worked, and it had nothing to do with PPI. The PPI news didn't come out until 8:56. The website was down. It was the weirdest morning, but I was not crazy about the setup, so I was not interested in trading it. And PPI doesn't usually trade by itself these days. If I have an opportunity to trade a better moving report, I'm going to trade the better moving report, and I've requested that we have a DMM for Canada jobs, and I think next month we'll get it because it's proven that it deserves one. It absolutely should have a daily report. Now, Ed, you're asking a question that I don't think matters. Yeah, Ed, I don't know why that's still on the DMM. It's 100 years old. I hate to say it, but that only has to do with NinjaTrader 7. That's the truth. It has nothing to do with NinjaTrader 8. Let me just look at, if you haven't opened a chart, and the default 24/7, if you want to check, but if you want to know how to do what you're asking me, right click the chart, click on data series, and then trading hours. I use instrument settings. If you use default 24/7, then you will get, if a instrument is trade, the truth is for futures, it does not matter. For stocks, you got to be on default 24/7 so you get after hours pricing. But with futures, you're going to get after hours pricing if you use instrument settings. And it's data that I have to remind my boss to remove that because it has nothing to do with NinjaTrader 8. Ed, so I use instrument settings, and the reason I use instrument settings is because I want my pivots to calculate from 6 p.m. the previous day. They calculate at a different time depending on what your trade hours setup is, okay? Now, I have to say I'm a little bit paranoid from the grain report last week because it absolutely killed me because it was so fast. And people that used smaller targets did much better, made money. And people that used big targets got hurt. Now, I will not be using a 4 bracket. I will be using at least a 6 bracket. And I don't cancel generally the WASDE report. Usually you have to wait for the news to come out. If you cancel it in 20 seconds, it'll generally be too soon. Okay? It'll generally be too soon. I do not cancel WASDE. Okay, I'm happy to say that the time to enter has been changed from 58 to 59. We were stopped last month, and I'm extremely optimistic. Whether I get stopped or not, I love this report. But I'm not going to go for crazy targets. You know, what happened last week is rare. It happens, but it's rare. In other words, you know, it might happen a couple of times a month. I'm not lying. On various reports, you know, it happened once on bonds. It's just sometimes you get a move that's so fast, it can just blow through your stops, your tar, everything. And it could just create chaos with software. It happens. It absolutely happens. Let's look at the WASDE that stopped us out. I think it was lousy, very lousy. But it was a very long time since WASDE stopped us out, being honest. Sometimes it's dull, but this April report tends to be a more impactful report. That's why I want to trade corn and not soybeans. So here was last month's WASDE. Why the heck wasn't I live? Oh, I was. I forgot to put my charts on live. So I can't really tell what happened other than the fact that I can tell I was stopped. I can tell I was stopped. I was entered short and I was stopped because it went up. So last month was a stop. The month before, let me see if I have the video. I traded soybeans, and sometimes market behavior will determine what I trade, instrument behavior. Soybeans, were unsafe, it looks like to me. So it looks like WASDE's had some difficult trades, to be honest. Soybeans definitely got stopped. So it went up and then it dropped. Corn looked kind of difficult also. Corn looked like it was just completely unsafe before the trade. Corn had a very big move before the trade. It should have been canceled. That should have been canceled. But it might have been a safe down move. I don't know who traded corn that month or not. Corn might have worked. But as the report says, it should have been canceled because of a weird move. That's being honest. It should have been canceled. If you get a weird move like that, you don't want to trade. You want stability and safety before you enter a trade, right? So because the markets have been so volatile, let's check our sync. And this is true of all the markets. It's not just occasional indexes. I mean, the grain report moved, I think it was 25 points. Limit up. It hit limit up after the trade, but it certainly hit it. Go to time.is to check your time, okay? Go to time.is to check your time. Joshua, just ignore it. It has nothing to do with NinjaTrader 8, but here's what you do. You right-click your chart, click on Data Series, Trading Hours. And if you want to put it on 24/7, you just scroll down to default 24/7. I use instrument settings because I like my pivots to be 6 p.m. the night before. That was the old days, and I have to have my boss remove that, okay? It needs to be removed. It's an old statement that shouldn't be on the DMM anymore, okay? And I apologize for that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to trade with a 6 bracket because I'm a little bit concerned about volatility. Even 6 is small. But there's been a whole bunch of reports that have been lousy. I'm looking for a winner today. But I'm going to go just for 6 ticks on my first target and 15 ticks on my second. I'm not going huge. And my stop is 10. But I'm trading 4 contracts. Okay? 2 for 6 ticks, 2 for 15 ticks. And my entry time is 11:59:59. It's a breakout trade, corn. I'm labeling the trade. ZC is corn, WASDE. Okay. So one more time, bracket of 6. I think a bracket of 4 is just, I'd rather give up a couple of ticks of profit. $12.50, Ed. It's just like the mini S&P. Just like the mini S&P, $12.50 a tick. It's high. So I'm risking about $500 on this trade. 4 contracts, 10 ticks, 120 a contract. 2 contracts for 6 ticks, 2 contracts for 15 ticks. I don't expect a dull trade. Not this time of year. Doesn't mean it won't be. There are no guarantees when we trade events. That much we know. Now I made $145 on Canada. Let's look at soybeans. I'm going to look at it off to the side because I want to watch the markets. Soybeans, says enter at 58, target of 7 and 17, stop of 12, bracket of 4. Okay. I prefer a bracket of 6 today because the markets are crazy. The markets are crazy. Now, WASDE, there's no news. It's a blind trade. We don't know when the news is coming out. It comes out usually very close to 12. WASDE usually is late. So I like to wait. Now, I'm setting up a soybean trade just on the outside chance if corn went crazy before the trade and soybeans are calm, I still want to trade. I want to trade WASDE. Even though I've lost money on it lately. So I'm going to do targets of 5 and 15 on soybeans. The stop is 12. My entry is 11.59.59. If I get stuck on a moving train because it moves early, so be it. Then I might get stopped out. I don't plan on trading soybeans, okay? But I want to have the ability, if corn goes crazy before the trade, to just click the corn trade off and put the soybean trade on. Okay, does everybody understand that? I'm trading corn. But just in case, because of the market. So I'm not checking my soybean trade, okay? I'm not checking it. I'm just setting it up. I don't think corn's going to be a problem. It usually isn't. I don't trade both of them. This is a difficult trade to manage at times. There have been times I have traded 2 indexes at once. Financial Juice I thought that they covered WASDE, but I don't see it in their data today. I don't see it in their data. Let me check my time sync one more time. This is a trade. It could reverse fast. Sometimes it does. We're right at new highs for corn. Soybean new highs are up above. Okay. I'm going to check my time sync one more time. I want to thank everybody on YouTube. We have a lot of people watching on YouTube. Give us a like, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you know the next time we're going to trade live. We'll stream it live for you. We check our sync by going to the website time.is. And it puts me in sync. If it fails to put me in sync like it just did, then I use Dimension 4, and I click the Sync Now button. And then I redo time.is. And dimension 4 almost always puts me in sync. See? It put me in sync. D, relog in. It's not me. I assume that everybody can see charts, right? Can you all see my charts? Can you all see my charts? Help D out, please. Can you all see my charts? Okay, D, it's you. So log in and out. Log in and out, D. Or try a different browser. See, I can see my charts showing. I can see them showing. And I can see them on YouTube, D. That's why I know they're working. Now, I would love if the markets stay calm. I would love it. I'd love it. So I'm trading corn. Soybeans are okay to trade. We've traded both. Soybeans are a bit more volatile. That's why the stop is a little bit bigger. And David, you know I'm not trying to give you a hard time about the emails. I assume you whitelisted us, help@10minutetrades.com. You should try to do that if you have not. Absolutely should do it. The marketing emails come from a different place. So David, very quickly, the DMM, the morning trade and the marketing emails come from the same place. The DMMs are the only emails I send that do not come from the same email provider. Why you get some of them and not all of them makes no sense. The marketing stuff is a different email service. So it makes sense that you get one and not the other. The thing that I would say is, I can't believe you can't give me an alternative email address to try. Don't you have another email address I can try? I have like 50 email addresses. One for downloading, hot babes, one for downloading, the dark web, one for downloading crazy stuff. You know how it is. I got to spend my time on the dark web. That's, looking up everybody's identity. I'm looking to steal identities. That's my job. That's my real job. Stealing identities and then using credit cards on Amazon. No, but I have Procall 33 AOL, which is like 5,000 years ago when the internet just started. And I've got Procall 33 at Gmail. And then I have some secret names that I use when I want to buy, like, products to clean your ears, right? That I don't want anybody to know. You know what I mean? No, in all seriousness, though, I do have multiple emails addresses, not for unsavory purposes, but sometimes I want to post on a forum, and I don't want them to know it's me from 10-Minute Trades, because they'll think I have an agenda. People always think you have an agenda, even if you're honest and you don't. I'm pretty honest, but everybody has a little bit of an agenda. It's hard to avoid, right? It's hard to avoid. But I don't think there's anybody more honest than me when it comes to trading. I'm very honest. I never make any money. No, I never lie. I might hide a few things here and there. I am human after all, you know. No perfect person. The dark web. I don't even know how to get on the dark web. What do you do? www.darkweb.com? The dark web. I'll call Roger Stone. Let me call Roger Stone. We'll get on the dark web. So there's always going to be a little bit of pre-trade volatility. That's funny, David. Turn off the lights. I got the lights off as it is. My lights are off. I like to trade in the dark. I'm kidding. Okay, a little bit volatility on beans. Okay, little bit, not outrageous. Corn, pretty much doing the same thing. No guarantees on this trade. No guarantees on anything. It's been a tough couple of months. I'm not going to lie and say this has been easy trading. We've been working really hard to make money. Now, this trade does often reverse, but it's very, what's the word I'm looking for? Picky, or can be choppy. So it looks like corn is going to act reasonably normal. I'm not going to have time to change my trades now. Okay, you understand? I'm married to corn. 20 seconds. Oh God, see, that's what I don't want to see. Can't trade that. I'm trading soybeans. All right, so I made $200. All right, I made $200. It hit my first target. Corn was unsafe. Corn got unsafe. I switched to soybeans at the last second. I was up 145. I made 200. Mike, did you trade corn? Did you stay with corn? It was absolutely should not have been traded. It moved early. You're not allowed to trade it. But Mike stuck with it. There's the done reversal. All right. I'll take $200 on a totally crazy day. Totally crazy. Mike, will you send me a picture? Mike, send me a picture. So who else traded? Tell me what you did. If you're on YouTube, this is what we do. I made $200 in a second. Okay, in 1 second. And then I chased the reversal down to grab, finish, and get out of the trade. I was up 145 before the trade. Now I'm up 345. Okay. Who else traded live? Who else traded live? Let me put you on the spot. Let me put you understand why I did what I did? with corn and soybeans, I was concerned. I would not have traded if I didn't have both trades set up. Mike, you've got more guts than I do, or maybe you're just not as smart as me. Mike, I'm kidding you. You know that. Ed, that's awesome. And it was very hard to get out, Ed. Very hard to get out. Ed, there's a couple of things you can do. Couple of things you can do. Hit the close button if you're absolutely desperate. The worst thing you can do is hit the close button, right? Everybody, make sure you're out of your trades. Right click the control panel and cancel all orders. Right click the control panel, cancel all orders. All right. Okay. Okay, Ed. There's other things you can do, Ed, that you don't even know the software can do. You can automate the software so that the reason I don't do a lot of automation is because on very, very fast trades, it can give you an error and screw things up. Mike, see you next week. And screw things up. In this particular case, it wasn't so fast. I'll show you the video that we probably could have automated, but corn warned us. Even though Mike made money, corn became too risky to trade at the last second. And that's why I set up both trades. And I wound up trading soybeans. Kind of crazy, but that's what I did. Let me show you why I did what I did. So let me get the trade. Give me a second. Just got to find the file. WASDE. Where's my file? Okay, here's the trade. So everything was very calm before the trade. Really, too calm. If you noticed, I set up a soybean trade and a corn trade as if I was really going to trade one or the other. And I said, if something doesn't look right with corn, which I wanted to trade, then I would switch to soybeans. In order to switch with our software, all I have to do is uncheck the box and check the other one. It takes a second. So I knew I would be able to do it if the situation came up, and it did. Watch corn before the news. Corn's on the left. Joker's on the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Okay, watch corn. Corn starts getting a little bit wacky 30 seconds before the trade. Starting to move. Soybeans were a little bit strange too. Or let's say 40 seconds before the trade, even more. 45 seconds, 15 seconds before the trade. Corn went crazy right there. That is a cancel. I canceled and put on soybeans because soybeans look safe still. My bracket was safe. I waited. I got filled. It hit my first target. I didn't even see it. And then I couldn't get out. I got out flat. I made $200 on soybeans. All right. And that's what happened. Corn was still safe because Mike made money on corn, but the warning was there. The warning not to trade corn was there. But you had to do what I did, set up both trades, or you would have had no trade. It's the beauty of NinjaTrader 8, 2 separate charts, 2 separate indexes. Now, Ed, what I was going to tell you, if you hit a target, our strategy has the ability to move the stop to break even automatically. Target one stop move. If target one is hit, move the stop loss to break even, BE. If you put BE in there, that's what it'll do. Okay? You could do BE minus 1 tick, BE plus 2 ticks. All right? Target one stop move. We'll move the stop after target one is hit. This was not so fast a move that you couldn't do it. You could do it. All right? You could do it. So, 2 good trades today. Nothing wrong with that. I don't mind that at all. I don't mind ending a Friday with $345. I was in the market for a grand total of about 20 seconds. That's the way I like to trade. In the market for 20 seconds. All right. There's my fills. I was filled at 14.16. My first target hit the target, 2 contracts. And then actually, my second target, I got a couple of ticks also. 3 ticks. 6, total of 6, really. So that's good. It worked out fine. Worked out fine. $200 on a difficult trade because of the behavior of the indexes. Okay? If you prepare in advance, set up 2 trades, and it means you have to understand what you're doing, right? It takes practice. It takes practice. All right? It takes practice. Any questions? Otherwise, I'll see everybody next week. We've got some very good trades next week. The bond reports, CPI, we have a new way to trade it. Thursday is insanity, retail, Philly Fed, Empire State. Whew, a lot of news. All right, everybody. Nothing wrong with making $345 on a Friday to finish out the week. We had a difficult middle of the week with oil and gas. We had a great start on Tuesday with API. And then we finished out the week with enough money that if every week this month was like this, it would more than pay my rent for my office, plus some. Plus some. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with making money. Always better to make more. You make more by adding contracts, not going for bigger targets. Okay? That's why having a slightly bigger account size is better. It's easier to make money with more money in your account. You don't worry as much also. You just don't worry as much if you have one bad trade or 2 or a week, right? Let's be honest. Trading is work. But nothing feels better than a winning trade in front of people on YouTube, in the trade room, as the trade room moderator. Nothing makes me feel better in my life other than other private things that will not be mentioned. but trading and winning is at the top of the list. It never gets old. Never. It always feels great. YouTube folks, I want to thank you so much for watching. Come back next week. We'll be streaming at least 4 times next week, live, good trades. Sign up for our channel. Hit the notification bell and you'll know when we're going to be here live next. Chantal, you could shut that down if you don't mind, if you're here. Are you here? Chantal? Oh, you decided to do your job today? Oh, something happened? I'm just giving Chantal a hard time. She works harder than anyone I know. And Chantal comes up with a million new setups for us. And we're working really hard. Sandy, you too. Sandy, you too. All right. A lot of people on YouTube. Thanks, YouTube. We're going to say goodbye now, though. Have a great weekend, YouTubers. And everybody in the